Welcome to Moonbase 2.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Moonbase 2 podcast. My name's Andy, Cobra Commander TFW, and I'm joined this week by the man who comes from the land of Zoo. It's Mr. Mikey G. Wolfie 3. Hello, Mikey.
When Broly.
Yeah.
When Broly.
He's canon now, isn't he?
When Broly.
Actually, is he canon now? Because he's still technically in a movie.
Apparently, that's the thing, it's just oh, it's a canon movie. What's going to happen is there'll be a new series and it'll do what the last one did. Which was adapt this and then kick it away. But for anyone who doesn't know, the Dragon Ball Z movie has revealed both its Dragon Ball Super movie has revealed its title and villain. And the movie is titled Dragon Ball Super Broly. And the villain is
Broly.
Why are you so strong? I was listening to that in the car today. Lanny Pator is a very good sort of mid-80s rock singer.
Sure, yeah.
But yeah, so Broly's, but it's not the same Broly from the movies. It's a new Broly because Akira Toriyama wanted to do something different with him.
Oh no, he didn't. Well, how's he different? Oh,
I don't know.
Do we
That's
not
all
know?
I'm just didn't we already have different Broly? Didn't they have boobs?
Yeah, but there wasn't
they
much
better?
to her.
She was more to her than Broly.
I mean, the bar is so low.
Oh man, Broly is a weird one because the movie's all right, but it's just he's basically an angry Jiren.
Yeah,
Except he says more.
I would say he's not an angry Jiren. Like I said, I think when we did our podcast and have talked about him in the past, he's a Jason Voorhees character, Michael Myers, and that's fine. He's a movie monster.
But don't try and tell me there's a character there.
Oh no.
Because people do tell me that, and I'm just
They're wrong.
screaming someone's name is not a character.
No.
So
If
Broly's
that's
getting
if that well, to be fair though, Mikey,
I don't know.
Pikachu,
Yeah, because Pikachu's so distinct in terms of personality.
but he does just scream one person's name.
Yeah, mine. Except that one time in that one movie where he talked.
I don't remember that. Jesus.
I don't know. Apparently there was one recently. They redid the first series of the movie, and Pikachu talks at the end, talks, not oh, I'm having a vision quest.
Does he
It
talk like
literally
Stephen
talks.
Fry? Because that'd be pretty boss.
Didn't watch it, but someone I know who's into Pokemon said he talks in this one, and he's oh, is it one of those spirit things? No, he actually he uses words
Weird.
randomly out of nowhere with no context.
That's odd.
That's very odd. But yeah, so Broly beating up Vegeta. So much to look forward to.
Yeah, good stuff. Well, we're here to talk about Transformers this week. As ever, there's been a lot happening because TFcon is still technically going on, I suppose. It's probably closed up for the most part at this
Covered
time.
in shame.
What's that?
It has been covered in shame this month.
It
this
has.
year. They have failed.
They have.
No, they didn't fail, but bad things have happened.
We'll get on to that. We do have news before TFcon, of course. We're going to start off with custom news. As DNA Designs do the DK07 Power of the Prime's Predaking upgrade set. Straight off the bat, it does the one thing which I was hoping it doesn't do the one thing I was hoping it was going to do, and it doesn't fill out his tiny, thin, model-sized waist.
He really needs to just eat healthily and not listen to what people say. Plus size models do well for themselves these days.
Do they? Oh, well, that's good.
So, Predaking, you be you. Don't let them control you.
He's got a very good hourglass figure, does Predaking.
It's like those women who wear those ridiculous corsets.
Yes, and it just
just,
squeezes far too much.
And you're just looking at them going can you literally feel your intestines pressed against your stomach?
My organs hurt. Yes, I'm not surprised.
And you've got more organs down there than I do.
Fact. That's factual.
Yeah. I'm just wow, that's just worse.
So what comes in this kit, you may ask, or if you didn't, well, too bad. I'm going to tell you anyway. It comes with multiple pieces to make a giant sword. These multiple pieces can be used to make, 4 swords and 1 kind of pickaxe. That's a thing. So each of the individual ones can have it, and then they all merge together to form one big fuck-off sword. very much akin to the Mastermind Creations, which I think Mastermind Creations were the first guys to do that with the Predaking sword. Is that right, or was there another guy before that?
Yeah, they're the first ones.
I thought so. Okay. There's also a tail piece, I think. I'm assuming it's a tail piece for what's it called? Dive Bomb, which also goes on the back of Razorclaw. No, maybe it's for Razorclaw.
I don't like the Razorclaw thing is weird because I thought it was a tail as well. All right,
Is it not?
but I'm looking around and in his lion mode, it's his belly,
Oh yeah.
which
What?
is basically his penis.
So what is it?
I don't know.
It
I
looks.
mean,
Is it to fill up a gap in the back of the robot mode?
Maybe.
Because it does stick on something and add these weird when I say turbines, I mean like really small ones. But they just add that to the back. So maybe it's just to cover up a big hole.
And they don't do anything in Predic. Maybe that because he is quite gappy from the back as Predaking.
Maybe, yeah.
Maybe that's it. But it's
because it's not part of the sword, and I can't see it on any other bit. Maybe it's to help. No, it's not. Yeah, it just goes in. Yeah, if you look at the back piece of Predaking, it's just to, I guess, fill out that big cut inside of his back. Weird. Oh well.
Very odd.
So you've got that as well. He comes with 2 hands with fingers that have pointy nails and big old knuckle dusters. And he also comes with new wings. I don't know why he comes with new wings, but I'm sure they're better in some.
Because they're mobile. The feathers are mobile now.
Oh, you can splay them out. Okay.
Yeah. Big surprise is he doesn't come with new feet.
Does he not? Oh no,
Nope.
You're right. He didn't. Huh. I thought they were new feet, to be honest. And then I looked at the list and went, the feet on there. Maybe they made a mistake. Oh, they didn't. Weird. Strange. Mikey, how do you think this upgrade set has done improving on Predaking's design?
Up and down.
Okay.
Like the hands a lot.
Yes, one cool feature is you can lift the palm, the face of the hand bit up, and you can retract the knuckles away if you want.
Yeah, I think that's a really good thing to do, a really clever thing to do. With they're clearly thinking.
Yes.
The wings are not something I'd really flip out about, but it does look better on Predaking with the splayed out wings.
Are they bigger as well? Bigger wings?
I think they are a bit. I don't think they really add much to Dive Bomb because it's basically looks like a robot with his arms scrunched up and like a wing cape.
No, that's Dive Bomb.
Yeah. So they didn't really fix my problems with Dive Bomb.
G1 authentic designs, Mikey. Never stray.
2018.
Never stray from the design, even though you should go with the animation model. Maybe.
We're going to be talking about that in a minute.
Never.
This whole not straying from things.
Nope.
In a weird way. And the sword, I like the idea. In execution, I find the design a little, of the individual swords anyway, a little underwhelming.
They're simple.
Looks weirdly like Cloud's Buster sword, or whatever, Seven Heavens, whatever it was called in Advent Children.
Oh, yeah, I could see that. Apart from they just made one sword rather than one massive sword.
Yeah.
Massiver sword. And a pickaxe.
Yeah, and hilts, which become... What do the hilts become?
What do you mean?
The hilt, like the side of the hilt, the arm, the handguard.
Yeah, they become the pickaxe part.
On who?
On the ram horn.
Ram horn. Oh, they're rotated.
Yeah, the
pickaxes.
pickaxes.
I thought those were fold-up bits.
No. You can
so...
if you don't pick them, and he just has a hammer instead, which I think looks way better than a pickaxe.
It does kind of look like he's about to go off mining, but he also wants to bring his boombox.
Exactly, yeah.
He's just like, I'm working hard and working funky.
Well, I mean,
actually, that kind of makes it better.
Yeah.
Again, I like the individual robot modes way better than I do the beast modes, and almost more than I like Predaking.
To a point, I still think they suffer in many ways.
Considerably.
I don't think they suffer as much as the Constructicons did, though, of course.
Yeah, but the Constructicons have long haul.
Massive, fat-ass long haul.
Yeah.
Thick long haul.
Thick. Extra thick.
Extra thick!
Oh, Mako was a loss.
He'd be proud. So, yeah.
He's from the... Wow, that song becomes very different when you switch Iroh for a coup.
I'm sure.
Leaves from the Vine, it's him like plucking children.
Now I have a question for you, Mikey. Is $50 an okay price for this? Because I would say for what it does for me, not particularly.
Stretching it. I would say maybe the wings and the hands would bring it into the $20 or $30 mark.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that sword adds that much value.
At least to us, of course.
Like, if it had the new feet and maybe a couple of extra parts, like a new tail for Razor Claw or something like that, at a stretch it would hit it.
Yeah.
I mean, the wings are kind of a big thing because you're literally, having to replace a whole part in your toy. A big part. And it's one that is integrated into a big combination aspect as well, so there is that.
True.
But
yeah.
It's just pushing it a little far for me.
Yeah, I think it's a bit on the pricey side as well. And like I say, it doesn't do what I was wanting it to do, which was hopefully fill out the waist a bit. So I think that's a shame. But if you are interested in this, it's coming out in October sometime of this year. So that's cool. You'll be able to pick it up and improve your Predaking. If you think the upgrades are good enough, then you can go and do that. Mikey, do you want to take us on to the next bit of third-party news?
Yeah, this one came slightly left field. A new third-party group, Tung Mung X.
What a name. That's a really odd name.
Really odd. Tung Mung X have revealed their TMT-01. One more letter in there, and that's copyright infringement. And it is a masterpiece-scaled Dark of the Moon soundwave. This was revealed. Images. The images surfaced on the Tungmo X Weibo. I believe they mean images. And this is just... So we've got Soundwave. He's in robot mode for the most part. We see his vehicle mode. Probably, again, kind of skirting things because that's a licensed car. So I'm curious to see how that will be played with legally. He is in scale with Bumblebee. He also comes with a gun. And... Okay, so the thing that most people will say, okay, this is an extra you kind of expect, and for me is the massive selling point of this figure. He comes with Laserbeak.
But it's not a dribbly Laserbeak, though.
Well, he doesn't turn into, like, everything.
He doesn't turn into Pink Bumblebee? Worthless figure.
No, but you can get Pink Bumblebee and they can be friends.
That's not what I want. I want him to turn from a bird into an inconceivable robot mode, which makes no sense.
Yeah, I still like that Laserbeak. I think... he is like this weird... He's kind of like Megatron in Power of the Primes. He's just like this little spark of like, ooh, look, creativity.
I just hated how dribbly he was, but then again, every robot in that movie dribbled like
Starscream
constantly.
Starscream had him beat for dribble.
To be fair, he was a bigger robot, so he would have more juice in him. So that makes sense.
And then it got everywhere when his head exploded.
Yep.
But this is a pretty damn accurate version of Soundwave.
It seems to be, yeah.
It's just not... I think it looks like it's going to be pretty cool. It's a lot easier to do than a lot of the movie formers for Masterpiece. At least, in concept. He's a simpler transformation. But it's just kind of like, sure wish movie Soundwave had been anyone. In any media. He never was.
Yeah.
And then the only good thing about him is I kind of dug the weird satellite toy.
Oh, really? Did you?
I had it, and I was just like, it's quite fun to play with. He basically turns into a tuning fork. And that was hilarious to me.
He rung.
Yeah. So I like the core idea for the toy. I think they're taking a big risk by using Mercedes-Benz logos on a toy that is unofficial.
Yeah, that seems a bit risky.
And the actual character is so nothing. Plus, I actually like the deluxe quite a bit from Dark of the Moon. I think it's a cool design. I always liked the black repaint that came out, the Sound Blaster.
Oh, that was neat, yeah.
So it does have to be better than that. And being big in Masterpiece does not automatically make you better than that. But it has Laserbeak. And my god, this is so much better than the one that turned into a Chocobo.
Lobo. Lowball, I should say,
Lobo.
not Lobo.
Lobo turned into Lobo. You wanted Inconceivable.
Oh, no.
Main man. Hey, no matter what, DC did fix Lobo by having him put old new Lobo in a tube.
Oh, that's good at least.
He's in a tube out there, and I remember early on when I was reading a lot more of the Rebirth stuff, there was an issue of Green Lantern where Hal finds him in a tube, and someone goes to release him because they're freeing prisoners, and Hal just... I don't think they've ever met, and he just says, no, I get a feeling there are some things that need to stay buried. And then they close the thing and no one talks about it. Because he was fucking stupid.
Nice.
Anyway, what do you think of Tung Mung Soundwave?
I think it looks pretty solid. I mean, for if you're wanting a masterpiece, Dark of the Moon 3 Soundwave, it looks like it's got all the detail you want it to. It looks like... I can only say it looks like because I have no idea. It looks like it'll turn into a fairly decent car mode. I'd maybe be a bit concerned that Laserbeak's wings are, for the most part, all translucent. But maybe they'll be fine. Hopefully they'll be fine. And we don't see what he turns into, do we?
Laserbeak, I suspect he doesn't turn into anything.
Yeah. Not that that's a bad thing.
Yeah, not like... What was his official mode in the toy?
I can't remember. I don't think it was anything.
I think it was a VTOL or something.
Oh, yeah, that sounds familiar. Yeah, because he had the turbines for the bird mode, so yeah, that makes sense.
But everyone just turned him into a chocobo.
Yeah, because it was the best mode.
Yeah. Him and Ravage, best toys of that lines.
Yeah, again, the bars were not high. Yeah, this is pretty good, pretty solid looking. It's going to look nice painted up, one could assume. So
yes.
Yeah, not too bad. Shall I take us on, Mikey?
Indeed, Andy.
As we get even more 2019 figures listed on Amazon. And some of these names are... Oh, they're good. But I'm really worried that they'll change some of them. But before
some of them are Micromasters, so they could actually use these names.
Oh, I fucking hope so. Yeah, so 2019, as Mikey said, there were some names that popped up on Amazon. Some of them were Micromaster names, kind of hinting that there might be Micromaster teams. I wouldn't get my hopes up, or if I did, I would assume that the Micromasters are not going to be what I'd want them to be. So that's how I kind of took that. But there was a ton of updates, and this was from the Australian Amazon, I think it was, wasn't it?
Yes, so they've got prices here. They're in Australian monies, but I don't want to go through and try and translate all the prices.
No, I'm not. Well, we're not going to do the prices, but we'll do the release date. So I'll just run through the names and the release date as we go. Nitro Blue. Now, it must be American date, isn't it? It must be. So, yeah, it's the 1st of February 2019. Ultra Magnus, which is the 1st of December 2018. Transformers Generation War for Cybertron Siege Deluxe Figure Sideswipe. It has no release date.
Yeah, but when we get to them, we gotta talk about this new naming scheme.
Yeah, we'll get there. Starscream, which is going to be on the 1st of the 8th, 2018. This is English dates, so if you're wondering, it's day, month, year, smallest to highest, not middle value, smallest value, highest value. Who does that? Who? Madness. Megatron.
I don't know. The people who say aluminum.
Bad people. You know who you are. Most of our listener base goes, unsubscribe. Anyway, Megatron. Release date is going to be the 1st of the 8th, 2018. Deluxe Cog. Deluxe Cog. Don't know who Cog is, but there'll be a deluxe version of Cog. Maybe. Yay. The 1st of December 2018, Deluxe Hound. Hey, Hound's finally getting a look in. I
really want that to be Movie Hound, because fuck Hound.
Yeah. The 1st of December 2018, Ironhide, which is the 1st of the 4th, 2018. Prowl, the 1st of the 4th, 2019. I meant 19 as well for Ironhide. I made that mistake. Optimus Prime, which is the 1st of December 2018. Megatron, who I'm sure I already mentioned.
Yes, but it's a different size class.
Yes, it is a different size class. He's coming on December 2012. No, December, the 1st of December 2018. Oh, dear me. There'll be another Starscream in December. There's also going to be the Siege Master WFC, which is War for Cybertron S5, Siege Battle 5, Fire Dive, which we have no price for.
No.
There's Race Car, what a name, in December. Battle, which is December. Airstrike, which is December. Spy, which is December. Rescue, which is December. Rockhounds.
Oh my god.
That's a good name. Rockhounds, which is the 1st of January 2019. Another Prowl, 2019, January. Aces, all in capitals.
I want that to be an acronym.
Ace? No, I don't. I want it just to be Aces, but someone leaned on the shift button by accident. That's the 1st of January as well. Hot Rod, 1st of January. This is the best one, which I'm sure they'll change, but they better
not. No. If you change this, Hasbro, I will come to Rhode Island and we will have talks.
I've thought of one way they could change it that would make it better, but I'll mention that once. The name of this figure is Wood Ducks. Wood Ducks. Wood Ducks.
And it's big as well.
Yeah.
The price, that's like deluxe or Voyager scale.
Yeah, the only way they could make it better is Mallard.
Iron Goose.
Iron Goose. That's a hell of a name.
That can be like, do it like the leaders for Power of the Primes, like Wood Ducks. You put him into Iron Goose.
Oh man, that won't happen. It's too good. It's too pure for our world. That's going to be January. Green Jackets. That's also a pretty good name. January. Prowl. Hang on, Bumblebee and Prowl 2019. Dino.
I'm assuming we're into some Studio Series stuff, and that's like Italian sports car guy.
Oh, Dino.
Hey,
that
I'm
would
Italian.
Make sense, yeah. Actually,
Because
instead of Dino, yeah.
There's that guy who make a car, and I talk like him. Not really. He's highly racist.
The 1st of the 8th, 2019, Barricade, Sideswipe, Crankcase, and Jetfire. Any more in 2019?
Oh, Jetfire is huge.
Yeah, he's a big price point. Again. Fuck's sake, I don't want big
Again, I'm
Jetfires.
assuming that's black SR-71 Jetfire.
We can only hope. I don't want another Generations one.
Is hope the word?
I'm not fussed. Yeah, you're right. No, I wouldn't be buying. Yeah, it'd just be a shame to waste a slot. Those 4 will be coming 2019. Another Megatron will be December. Shockwave will also be December. Bumblebee. I'm just gonna give up with the dates because fudge that. Yeah. Red Lighting. Lightning, not lighting.
no, red lighting. It needs to be red lighting from a district.
Yes, he could be
red light. That's it. Red lightning with district. Red lighting district. That's his gun or his Titan Master or something.
District. Yes.
Yeah.
There's also Stingray, six gun, Thundercracker, Springer, sports car. That guy got left behind at the naming convention.
I just realized what those are.
What?
The Sports Car Patrol and the Road Patrol. Those are named the Micromaster teams.
Yeah, that's full teams. But it says sports car singular.
We can't be getting whole teams for those kind of price points.
This is why I wouldn't hold your breath. This is why I wouldn't go for it.
It's not possible.
Like you said, Road Patrol. Optimus Prime and Adrift as well. So a lot of names and a lot of ideas of what could be coming. And some information, obviously, on the Generations War for Cybertron. But first, Mikey, names. You tell me of the names.
Yes.
Tell me. Tell me about names, Mikey. What do you think of them?
Are
you surprised by how many Optimus Primes there are?
No, because I was thinking about it. You're probably seeing the Legend scale. You're probably seeing. You're definitely seeing Voyager. Probably seeing at least one leader. You're probably seeing both Generations and Studio Series.
Mm-hmm.
You're probably seeing some Cyberverse in there as well. I don't know. The 6 gun. That's a weird one.
Yeah.
Drift, I'll care if it's regular Drift because everyone likes that original Drift toy and it's fine, but my god, does it need an update with modern engineering?
Oh yeah, I like that figure as well, but it's been a few years, and if they can, here's the thing, only do it if you can make it better, because I'd say that some Transformers are not as good as the Generations ones, personally.
Yeah, I mean, is there anything really to say bar Wood Ducks, please?
It has
Wood Ducks and Rockhounds. I want them, and I want them to be a team. They work together, and they're like one's really big Elvis fan. Rockhounds is all into his Elvis.
Yeah, okay, I could get behind that.
And Wood Ducks has just this weird obsession with going mallard shooting. and his weapon is one of those duck calls.
Oh, wah, wah.
The Decepticons are out there just like, Autobots anywhere. Uh-oh. And it's just a duck that flies by and it's like, we're okay. But then they hear a click from behind them.
Ah, the majestic space duck.
Yes! Quack! So beautiful.
So beautiful. But I also want to talk, Mikey, about the next bit of news, since we already briefly talked about it. War for Cybertron. We had figures revealed, or a few figures shown off, which were Optimus Prime, Sideswipe, and Firedive. Firedive being a target master. Firedive being a target master mold, or at least idea, figure in many, many concepts from Japan, which they've decided to finally come over and go, oh yeah, we did target masters, but without any target masters. So, let Japan do the hard work, and then we'll take the stuff and do their stuff. So, Optimus Prime, Sideswipe, and these guys. We'll have the prices for them. Firedive will be sold on his own, seemingly, for $6. I'll read the description just to make sure. Firedive figure converts from a robot mode to a duo charge electrostatic photon cannon mode in 5 easy steps. Use the weapon mode to equip other siege figures, sold separately, with larger mission loadouts, and use the included fire blasts to simulate. I was going to say stimulate, but it's not stimulate. That would be very different. Blaster fire or explosions, firing from the ends of weapons, battle mode, battle masters, and other siege weapon accessories. So it is just him on his own, which to me, like, is that the price of the Prime Masters? Because
$6. So
I think it is.
I think the Prime Master might be a little bit more expensive, but they come with like two. Technically, they come with 2 figures.
Technically, so
and one's a triple changer.
So that's I don't think that's a terrible price. It's not a great price, but it seems like it's an okay price for a consumer to spend that money and a business to make money on it without losing anything. So it's like, okay, it's not a great price, but it's like it doesn't seem terrible either.
Yeah.
I just want you to tell me about these figures, Mikey. What do you think of them now?
Okay, I got to call out the naming scheme. So for some reason, so the Studio Series has like numbers. So you got SSO1, and obviously SS is always a good acronym. Nothing bad's ever associated with that.
Never.
But here we've got like Transformers, Generations, War for Cybertron, Seeds, Dutchcraft, WFC, S10, and it's just like no, or like their weapons have individual numbers. So like Sideswipe comes with a W10 Photo Pulsar Proton Launcher.
There's
and
a
a
lot
W5
to say for a gun.
Gyro Blaster. And what does Optimus come with? Optimus comes with an WM3 RF Ion Blaster and a combat system, which is the new thing, which is COMBAT with lots of dots, and it's an acronym of. I bet it's not a real acronym.
Probably not.
I bet that. So I'll just touch on that first. The gimmick is that they have ports that you can plug weapons into.
What?
Now, that's up to you whether you care about that. I think the shield axe is kind of cool that Optimus comes with.
Yeah.
Kind of dig that. The fact that to demonstrate the sort of modularity of this, they take one of the shots off of the Target Master and put it on the shield really awkwardly.
Yeah, not a great place, I'd say.
No, and also, hey, why would you stick a gun on Sideswipe's chest sticking forward? I mean, I'll stick a bandolier there.
Maybe that's something that'll come in the future?
No. We all don't. You know as well as I do.
Yeah. Is that where a gun could go, though? Because it looks like that's where a blast thing could go.
Maybe, but how is that better? Because that means that he's been
worse.
shot in the back, and now it's just like exploding out of him.
Yeah.
And like again, one of the gimmicks is that random bits of your robots can be exploding.
I mean, that's a fine idea, I suppose. It's a bit strange, but it's like, okay.
Yeah. All right, so one thing I definitely want to praise is that Optimus and Sideswipe both have dry brushing to give them that sort of worn metal effect.
Let's wait until the real figures are shown.
Yeah, but see, I want to hold that praise because it's very clear that only some of it is dry brushed.
Super some of it. Super duper some of it. Underline that sum 5 times.
Quite a lot of it is going to be very clear, probably unpainted plastic.
Yeah, tell the people, Mikey, I mean, who haven't seen this anyway, which parts have been dry brushed, seemingly, at least from these CG mock-ups.
So on Optimus, we've got the front of the thighs, the front of the shoulders, and the front of the windows.
No, I think he's also got some on his forearm as well, the front of his forearm.
Yeah, and maybe a tiny bit in his head.
Yeah.
But that leaves 85 to 90% of the toy that's got completely nothing.
If this is a choice, it's a bizarre choice.
And in Sideswipe's case, it's the front of his legs.
Is that it? I didn't notice if the no, he's on his groin as well, or his tummy.
Oh, good. So someone had to sit there dry brushing his groin.
It's his abs. Sorry, it's where his abs would be.
Groin.
His groin is not that low, that high, Mikey. He's got problems if it is. Weird choice, bizarre choice.
So the key thing to talk about here is the aesthetic, right? So last time, and so the tail end of Titan Returns, I think Titan Return wasn't crazy creative, but it did take, where it could, it took new approaches on designs.
Sure.
Stuff like the Decepticon Headmasters. They all had something new. Slug Slinger, Twin Twist, and Topspin. Stuff like that. Like Optimus and Megatron, when they were Optimus and Megatron. There was a little bit of a new spin. Nothing crazy, but whatever. Power of the Primes was basically, and the tail end of Titan Return became, what if I took the G1 toy and gave it joints? Right?
Sure, yeah.
Or what if I took the cartoon model and made it transform? To a slavish degree. The Dinobots, Power of the Primes Leader Prime, Orion, those kind of things. Optimal, but 2 primals, perfect example. And when I heard Cybertronian modes and Cybertronian forms, I was kind of keyed up. Because, okay, so we're going to get some some heavy redesigning of the characters. Something to not only justify these things on the shelf, but, get a bit of the creative juices going.
Sure. A bit of fresh inspiration into the line, which has been very locked into G1 for however many years. The trilogy's been going on for, 6 years?
Yeah, I wasn't expecting like a rash of new characters, but I was thinking like, okay, we're gonna see maybe a highly stylized Optimus Prime, and I Cybertronian modes are usually just gumph, but they're likable gumph.
That's what my dating profile says.
Damn straight.
Likable gumph.
DTF down. Likable gumph.
What?
DTF likable gumph. That's not what we got.
What did we get?
We got, what is broadly speaking, what if an Earth truck had lots of extra lights?
What if?
And 2 of them are really, really, really stupid looking. To the point of, like, it's basically, he has all the... This feels like someone designed a normal G1 Prime, and then someone said, we need to make it look like it's from space. What are we going to do? We're going to add lights. And then he turns into every single Optimus Prime you've ever seen.
Yay!
The safest, most generic, as close to cartoon model as we can get Optimus Prime.
But then slightly squiffed in some weird ways.
Some weird ways. Andy, tell of the ways.
I find it actually fairly difficult to describe the design process, because it's the G1 truck, but in front of his front wheels you've got basically the guns from Galaxy Force Prime.
Yes.
Which is bizarre. You've got a longer roof which have massive lights in them.
Yes.
I do not. It doesn't look Cybertronian because it doesn't look alien enough, because it still just looks like a truck. It just looks like a slightly
Elon
more,
Musk designed.
Yeah, a slightly futuristic truck. And when I say futuristic, it's not like the 80s interpretation of what the future was going to be, like Hot Rod and Blur and all that jazz. It's very much what kind of futuristic truck would you describe it as?
This is like 2025. We developed a truck with very energy efficient lights that charge themselves and also your car.
Yeah.
They're like, and it's the first run out, and they're very impractical looking.
Yeah.
But you're really pushing, and the truck costs too much as well.
Like, if you consider this versus the alien designs of like Fall of Cybertron and War for Cybertron, which granted were not amazing looking trucks.
No, but they were,
they look different.
Yeah, and I think what they suffered from, especially first of all, was an overcomplex transformation. So I was kind of looking for that kind of thinking with simpler design.
Yeah.
And then we've got Sideswipe, who turns from a basically slightly angular Lamborghini.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Into a 100% G1, almost masterpiece-esque design of Sideswipe. Like, the creativity is his airbrush growing grabs. His airbrush grabs. Or his dry brush grabs. So,
it feels like the Generations one had more artistic design to it. Like, it was made to look a little bit different from what you would expect a Sideswipe to be, but still felt G1 inspired. This just feels like they went and decided to do as G1 as they possibly could. This
feels like all the problems I had with Power of the Primes taken to a weird extreme.
Yeah.
But then you're convincing yourself you're doing something different. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're doing this weird extreme take on this, like, must be G1. But somehow you've talked yourself into thinking, no, I've done something original.
Whose fault is this, though? Is it ours, the fans? Yeah, probably.
I don't know.
Because I don't believe... I cannot believe that Hasbro has no creative people on their design team. I don't believe that.
No.
But it seems like they're shooting them... In my opinion, it seems like the short-term game... I mean, I could be completely off the mark here. I don't know the market. I don't know what all the fans want. I can just speak from my perspective, of course. But from what I see, short-term gains, this will be fine. Long-term gains, I think this will hurt because nothing new is being pushed. The newest stuff we've got is the cartoon toy line, and that suffers from being the cartoon toy line, as we've talked about.
Like, I'm thinking, like, for normal, like, everyday children, like, these are going to be in the box in robot mode.
Oh, yeah.
So, like, hey, did you get Leader Prime before? Yeah? Would you like him smaller?
No.
It looks exactly the same, except it's got less grey on its arms, and it's got a back kibble because that's not transforming.
And dry brushing, kids. Dry brushing, you know what that is.
Look at the groin, children. Look at the groin.
Why are you taking me out of the store? Help me. Help me.
All the Optimuses and Sideswipes are taken off the shelf. It's like when I saw the twins, I had a bad feeling. The clones back in the day. At the end of Titan's Return.
Right, yeah.
And Power of the Primes made it worse. And now we're here. And the feeling is not good, Andy.
No.
I mean, one big thing, and this is a big thing, Optimus has legit ankle tilts. Which kind of shocked me.
Right.
So there's clearly someone was thinking, like, oh, what do people want? Ankle tilts. Oh, they do want ankle tilts. Because he's so conservative. He has to transform almost identically to something like the Classics toy. In fact, I'm seeing the same engineering ideas as was in the Voyager back in the day. Which means he doesn't need those ankle tilts. So they must be a design choice. Or of like, okay, let's put this extra bit of articulation in. So, what's going on? I
mean, Mikey, again, you're more in tune with the forums than I am. Has I would assume it's been fairly positive. Is that right?
Well, I mean,
are we the outliers? Because we very well could be the outliers, and we could be the few people that are like we're not fans of this, or we might be the majority. I don't know.
It's very difficult to judge, to be honest. Like, mostly because it just started people yelling at each other, and I stopped reading them.
But that's always the best bit, from what you tell me.
I don't know. It's I feel like there are the people who buy this are the people who tell me that Peter Cullen can only play Prime and no one else has the skill.
Yeah.
And not the people who buy it, the people who champion it.
Yes, yeah, the loudest voices.
Yeah, like, and I'm not saying it won't be a good toy. I'm not saying you won't be, you won't buy it and say, wow, this is really fun. It may be a great toy, but I feel like someone at Hasbro is going through design sketches and saying, like, I like this one at the start, and I said and someone goes like, that's the Floridary design I was using as reference.
Do this,
like
one.
Yeah. But I did him like this. Yeah, but I like this one.
This is
That's
what
not my,
this is what
my
the fans want. This is how we make money.
money. Hang on, no, I'm not grabbing it.
No, it's too much. This is the problem when you do the same, like, if it's a character, say, like Overlord, and they just want to do a G1 Overlord, or the clones, fine, because we barely ever get those figures. I think the problem I have, or I'm starting to have more of, is when you do the same characters over and over, like the Optimus Primes, because they feel it's a mainstay that you have to have an Optimus Prime and a Bumblebee and a Starscream and a Megatron, etc., etc. When you're doing them in the same design style, it does feel like you're buying the exact same figure each and every year. Because we've had quite a few Primes since Combiner Wars. We had the Combiner Wars Optimus Prime. We had the Titans Return Power Master, basically Optimus Prime. And now we've got a Prime Master Optimus Prime, don't we? Well, Primal. No, that's not fair. Primal's different.
Yeah.
We haven't had an Optimus Prime for this run, have we?
Yeah, Power of the Prime's leader Optimus.
Oh God! I completely forgot because they're all merging together in my mind.
Which people do like that toy.
I don't.
You don't know. I want that Orion. I don't really want the Optimus. I want the Orion.
Yeah. I don't like Orion that much myself, but
I don't like him, but I just think it's weird. It's a weird thing. It's falling in my line of like, who's tried to turn this into a toy that turned into a truck? Why? What?
Who knows? But yeah, I think it's definitely limiting, and it's a shame that we're kind of going down this route, or it seems to be. But like I say, we could just be the outliers, and like you said, there might just be great toys. Who knows? Shall we move on, Mikey? Because I'll take us on to this other little bit, which is just a quick kind of roundup, which is the Prime Wars Trilogy Punch Counterpunch. What is or was, I don't know if it is at the moment. I'll just check. For pre-orders on Amazon.com. Release date is apparently the 15th of September, so that's fairly close. That's not too far off, to be honest. Is he up? Oh, he's not available. Fuck now, boys and girls. You fuck now. You can't buy him. Never get him. I heard that from Mr. Stu and Slick and Tricky that Repugnus became available at one point online and then isn't anymore.
Oh.
And from the information that I got from them, it didn't seem like they'd cancelled the order, but we weren't sure if it was like someone put it up and they weren't meant to, or it sold out. But when people search for it now, they can't even find it on the wish lists.
Oh, you know what? I had a thought.
Oh?
And this is unrelated to Repugnus, but it's... You know how you said that we can't get Punch Counter Punch in pre-order now?
Yes, yeah, it's out of stock or whatever on Amazon, seemingly.
And Evangelist Chris is at TFcon.
Yes, he is a bad man. It's not related to the subject you were talking about, but it was worth mentioning.
It is a bit.
Is it?
Because what if because this clearly sold out fast.
Yeah.
What if he was so busy with traveling and everything else he missed it?
Oh no!
What if he missed Punch Counter Punch?
Oh, but he's been the champion for so long.
And has to go to the secondary market on eBay and pay the scalper price.
Oh, dirty scalper boy.
I'm not a cruel person.
Yes, you are.
I'm a cruel person.
Yes, you are.
And I want this to happen. And I want to be there when he breaks. Or I wanted him to have that Masters of the Universe experience where he hit, okay, pre-order, in cart, confirm. This website is overloaded. Oh, confirm. This website is overloaded. Oh, confirm. This item is out of stock.
No!
Oh, that's an old Matty Collector reference, guys.
Yeah, back in day. Here's a thing as well. I think we can assume quite easily that this figure is not going to be a grotesque situation where he's going to pop up in the store for like ridiculous cheap.
I would suspect not.
Just because of the whole Toys R Us dying and stock being thrown at other companies. So I'm assuming this will come back into stock at some point, unless people have bought thousands of these, which I don't think would have happened. But hey, he's gone. He might be back. Best thing to do is put him on your wish list and just hope, I suppose, right?
And don't feed the scalpers.
If you can, I wouldn't do it, but if it's the only way, it's hard to tell people to not, because if you want a figure and it's like, how else are you gonna get the figure? It's not a great situation, unfortunately. Mikey, do you want to take us on to the next 3 stories? Because I want you to tell me about cards as well as movie stuff.
Yeah. So we've got some movies and some cards. So we'll do the quickest movie one. It's been confirmed that Studio Series Revenge of the Fallen Starscream is coming. This is a repaint of the Voyager Starscream from Studio Series, but with his mad tats that were randomly introduced in Revenge of the Fallen and were then explained in the comics as him basically cutting himself. Which was actually a good scene, because it was the good comic Starscream and not the one that was in the movie.
We know the real reason they were there. They were there because Michael Bay thought they'd be cool.
No, they were there because there was a writer's strike and the movie was falling apart and no one could control him. And he went mad with power. Enemy scrotum, Andy.
Woo! Yeah.
And that bit, you see that bit in the documentaries and stuff where he laughs and you look around and no one else is.
Yeah, it's telling.
Yeah. So yeah, this is a straight repaint. There's nothing new about it. Yeah, we don't have any release information, but apparently the tattoos are applied rather sharply.
They do look fairly sharp, I suppose.
Yeah, they look ridiculous, but they look sharp.
Yeah.
We've also got from Bumblebee, we have our confirmation of the main villain. So we've seen Starscream, and Jess Harnell has confirmed that Barricade will at least... He's recording a line for Barricade, so Barricade's probably in the movie. But it looks like they are not the main bad guys.
What?
We have 2 brand new Decepticons introduced, who are a bit weird.
How so?
Well, first off, we have Shatter. She is a female Decepticon, which I'm sure someone's screaming, "Nyeh," and running off into the middle of the distance. I'm just like, calm down. Voiced by Angela Bassett. She is going to turn into a cherry red Plymouth satellite car, which is that red muscle car Travis Knight was photographed with a few months back, where he's leaning on it like he is the gangster. Then we have a blue AMC Javelin. I don't know what these cars are. I'm just reading. Called Droopkick. Oh, it should have been Drop Shot.
There you go.
Oh, it could be the best fan fiction ever. Reference to the old days. And he's going to be voiced by Justin Theroux, and he is a blue car. So we've got our Decepticon muscle car duo. One's a girl, one's a boy. She looks slightly like she stole Bludgeon's face.
She does.
But overall, like, within the Decepticon aesthetic, I think the basic design here is fine. Until you start looking at it. And so there was a rumor a while ago that these two there were these 2 Decepticons and they were a bit weird. And so these are muscle cars, Andy.
They are.
Except one has wings.
Yeah, or a rotor blade.
And has a landing gear in her stomach.
Yeah.
And intakes on her knees.
Yeah.
And I'm fairly certain she's got her shins are a fuselage. And in his case, in Dropkick's case, he appears to have a helicopter blade in his back and a cockpit for a chest.
Mm-hmm.
Are these triple changers?
Maybe.
Are these triple changers that look like they turn into 2 different things?
Maybe.
And not like we designed a robot mode and clearly didn't design any kind of alternate mode until years later. I mean, it's still falling within the sort of Decepticon aesthetic of the movie, so it's all a bit angular and edgy and angry.
Messy.
Yeah, messy, especially Shatter.
They're both, like, I don't like them. They both fall into for me, the movie aesthetic of being just messy designs. They're helped at least by having clear colours on them. Yes. But they're still very bitty. More so than Bumblebee, who has a lot
more
of
so than
gubbins.
Starscream, from what we've seen of him.
From the one shot that we saw,
yeah.
But yeah.
But there was a design intent here, Andy.
Yes.
And how do I put this delicately? That's never happened before.
It doesn't feel like it.
You know, hey, remember Laserbeak, who I loved?
Yes.
You know what he clearly wasn't designed with?
Everything.
An intent.
Yeah.
Yeah, and to be honest, I kind of like Shatter's weird face. What we see of it. I know. I mean, obviously it's just an image. They could be terrible characters who have no personality whatsoever. It's a core concept of the, like, Decepticons who's, even if the aesthetic isn't what you and I would, choose, it's clearly made with some sort of, like, some level of creative input.
Yeah.
And also are actual functional triple changers, maybe.
Maybe?
Maybe. I think those are good things.
They are potentially good things,
Potentially good things. Again, with Bumblebee, it's not that we hope. It's that we get that 1 inch away from despair.
Yeah.
That's what's happening with this movie. Every time I don't start hoping, I get less pessimistic.
I don't get less pessimistic. I just go, I feel that they are continuing to not do the same foolish mistakes, but they still could have done.
Yes, so Travis Knight might be thinking outside the box. Well, outside the box, which means he's actually thinking, and saying like, "Hey, what if we had bad guys, yeah, and they were people, and they were interesting or fun." And then everyone in Paramount just fainted at the idea. Ooh. Or someone has some neat design ideas and they're not characters at all. That's also possible. But,
sure, yeah.
Which is still better than 99% of the Decepticons in the movie.
Yeah, I would agree there.
So, yeah. I mean, any other thoughts on Shatter and Dropkick?
I feel bad for the people that are going to have to design toys around these guys if they are triple changes.
Oh my god. Yeah. They've got to be Voyagers.
Yeah. At least. Jesus.
Actually, yeah, because the way, if we are right and they are triple changes, the way it's integrated here, it's like, it is shameless. Like, these bits are going to disappear in the vehicle mode, and they're going to appear as they transform. So there's just no way you can integrate some of them into a toy accurately.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Any other thoughts?
Not really. I don't think so. Anyway.
Yeah. Yeah, we got a quote from Travis Knight, but like those things, as much as I want to read it, it's just basically, hey, a director is saying something nice about his film.
Yeah, it's like saying an actor wants to play a superhero. It's like, yeah, no shit.
Peter Cullen is very happy acting as Optimus Prime these days.
Again.
Yay. The next bit of news then is we have our first confirmation of what's going on with the Transformers trading card game from Wizards of the Coast. This is Hasbro's new venture with the creators of Magic the Gathering, which they advertised a while back, but we never heard anything. So I won't read the whole spiel, but what we have here are character cards, which are larger than the rest of the cards in the packs, and then we have action cards, which are smaller, and I'm assuming a bit, you'll have like 40 or 50 to a deck or something like that. They're apparently... They let you blah blah blah, but some Sunstorm's confirmed for it, and they're focusing on different aspects of each character. Like Optimus is very powerful, but is also a master tactician. So the trading card game will explore the character depths. When you buy a system, you will be able to get the Autobot starter pack, which contains cards for 2 players to begin playing, and features Optimus, Bumblebee, Ironhide, and Red Alert character cards. Why isn't it a Decepticon?
I don't know.
Why, Andy?
Why would it be?
Why? Shouldn't it be? I mean, why are Optimus and Bumblebee picking a fight with Ironhide and Red Alert? Like, what did they do?
You broke. I mean,
did Red just like run around screaming, "You did it"? And did Red Alert just run around screaming, "You did it"? You did it, and then like had to be put down. This is weird to me. Yeah, we also have the trading card booster packs, which the player can add to their character card teams and battle cards. Each booster will contain 1 Transformers card and 7 battle cards, with a pool of 40 characters and 81 battle cards. Okay, sold separately, usual stick. Now at SDCC, we're getting a unique pack, which is Slipstream and Cliffjumper with 2 battle cards, all-out attack and tandem targeting systems. And we also get confirmation of what the art is going to be, at least for this early run. The character art is being reused from the Transformers Legends mobile game that got cancelled a while back. And the battle card art is cropped stuff from IDW Comics. So, one we have Skywarp and Thundercracker from, I believe, Regeneration 1. And one is a shot by Guido Guidi, but I think it might be All Hail. Maybe?
I think you're right.
Jesus, who knows? Presumably, if this takes off, they're going to, draw original art. Presumably.
You'd hope so.
And also no art credit, as was pointed out by a Canadian a few days ago. No art credit on the cards. Which is probably less of a deal for Legends, because I believe it's all Marcelo Martier. But more of a deal on the battle art cards, because different artists. Andy, are you excited for the Transformers trading card game?
Not particularly. It seems like it will probably, I hate to say it, be another one of those trading card games that maybe hangs around for a bit and then very quietly just goes off and dies, as many of them seem to do.
Yes, they do tend to do that.
Remember the Dragon Ball Z card game?
That's still going.
The Star Trek card game?
That's dead.
There are so many card games out there. So many card games.
I tell a lie. Dragon Ball Z died, but they brought out Dragon Ball Super 6 months ago.
Oh, no.
And I'm just waiting for GT cards so I can just say, hey, that's pretty art.
To get your hairy Goku.
I like my hairy Goku. I like my hairy Vegeta.
Yeah,
it's better than blue.
It's a thing. It's not a thing that is going to interest me, and I think it's going to be a super niche market.
Yeah, like obsessive Magic the Gathering fans who recently discovered it and are spending way too much money on it and won't stop talking about it on their podcast.
Who could that be?
Who could I mean?
Daryl.
Yeah, Daryl.
God damn it. Mikey, shall we move on to TFcon?
Oh God, let me steady myself.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff. Unsurprisingly, TFcon holds many new reveals for third-party stuff. So I think the best way to go is company by company. I will read the name. We will talk about it, and then we will move on to the next company. That's probably the best way to do it. So, Shanghai Animation Film Studio is doing a Project Monkey, which seems to be a tiny little car, which is 7.5 centimeters by 6.3 centimeters by 5.6 centimeters. So it's a very tiny car that turns into a weird monkey thing with a stick.
I'm assuming its name is Sun Wukong or Son Goku or some variant of that.
Yeah, Journey from the West kind of Monkey King. It does list it as Monkey King model as well, so I wouldn't be shocked by that. How the hell does this thing transform?
I have no goddamn idea.
It goes from a bumblebee-shaped car to a very round monkey chibi figure design, so I don't know where all the angles for the for the car mode are meant to go. Unless it all goes in his head somehow. Which I assume is probably is what they're suggesting here, but I do. Mikey, what are your thoughts on this? Because this is weird.
I want one.
Do you? Okay.
I want one. Get me one.
Oh. Why do you want it?
Why wouldn't you want it?
Because it's weird.
You just answered my question for me.
It's a very unique design. Any other thoughts on it?
I want one. Get me one. It probably does nothing. It's probably like a complete fake out with no engineering, and it's sitting on a little block. And he looks so happy, and I want one.
He does look quite pleased with himself.
Yeah, happy Monkey King.
Right, DX9, we've got D14, D16, and K2, which are... I'm not reading their full names, because fudge that. We've got Motormaster, Wild Rider, and Rodimus. Have we talked about this Motormaster before? You'll hear me say, have we talked about this? I don't think we have.
I don't think we have, because I don't recognize that Menasor picture.
No, yeah, we do see a Menasor picture. And here's the big thing to note. It's Motormaster can be Menasor without any of the other Stunticons on him, clearly.
Yeah. So I'm assuming... They must have messed with the scale of that. They must have.
Yeah, because there's a picture of Menasor in front of behind Motormaster, and I don't see how that figure can seemingly do unless he comes with a load of extra parts.
Unless it's like they've secretly made it that just the cab turns into Motormaster? And
Maybe
maybe the trailer is Menasor?
Yeah, because if you look at the legs of Motormaster, his front of that truck is fairly large on his knees, or up to his knees. So maybe that's the thing.
And
that would, I think that makes a lot more sense. You've said that, Mikey.
Because it's just not possible.
Not otherwise, no. So
also, he looks weird without the chest and the carabits.
I'm wondering how he's going to look color-wise, because obviously Motormaster was still grey-ish, mostly. He had a lot of black on him, but his arms were grey and stuff, so I wonder how they're integrated into the cab mode so they don't show off in the cab mode, but do for the robot mode.
Yeah, it's...
But yes, you're quite right.
Weird.
Menasor looks odd without the other parts on him, but I think the way that they're wanting to go, which is the cartoon accurate version, this is the only way they could go.
Yeah.
And it looks like that they're going to definitely be fulfilling that specific area.
Yeah.
So that's definitely a plus.
Yeah.
I guess. And what about, I think, have we talked about Henry, which is D16, which is Wild Rider?
Henry. Why Henry?
Why not? Henry Ford.
I think we have, but I also think that lately there's been a lot of stunt cons.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, it's hard to know
get
which
to more.
ones. Yeah, definitely. What about the Rodimus Hot Rod who turns into a lion? That's different.
I dig it. It's another one of those T-Beast designs.
Mm-hmm.
Which, if anyone doesn't remember, that's a bunch of fan artists who came together and said, "What if Transformers were Zoids?"
Yep.
I dig it. I a bit of creativity, bit of originality, something interesting, something different.
I think the problem is he turns into a lion-esque thing or a cat-like thing, and his color scheme is red and orange, so he kind of dips into the Predacon look a little bit
There
too
is
hard.
a bit of that. I'd say because the head is orange, not red. I think it does change the look a bit.
Yeah,
but
and I suppose technically the Predacons were yellow, but it's still similar tones.
Yeah. I'd say the only problem I really have is I think the robot mode upper torso is a little bit overly cluttered.
Yes, he's got big guns on his back, and he's got big things on front of his shoulders, and then a really big cat head in the center. His head seems quite buried.
Yeah, and above that, just that head at the back, just like, I'm here too.
Yeah. It doesn't look bad, though. It looks interesting, at the very least. So we have the New Age Outlaws, Billy Gunn and the Road Diggity Dog. That's for the old WWE fans. We have H1 Flipper, H1G Gremlin, and H1K Critter, which are Bugbite, Bumblebee, and Goldbug, which me and Mr. Jai talked about, which I don't think you weren't there. Mikey, what do you think of these guys?
I want Bugbite. I don't really care about the rest.
Oh, man. So you're not like Jai. You wouldn't throw this into the fiery pits of hell for not being true Bugbite.
I accept the fact that true Bugbite 1 will probably never exist, and 2 looks a little bit shit.
Oh, you're going to have to fight Jai. He's coming for you. Knife between his teeth.
I know a lion.
I don't think Jai cares for your petty cats. Vengeance will not hold back this man from justice. Guaranteed justice.
Yeah.
So we'll jump onto X2 toys with the XTO11 Giga Raiden, which is Optimus Prime, the Dark Raiden, which is Nemesis Prime, Convoy, whatever, Reverse Soldier, Reinforced Armor, and Armored Train, which is armor for Sky Crusher, aka Jetfire. So a few things to break down and get through here. We'll first start off with the Prime and the Nemesis. Are these Legend scale? I think they are.
I think so. I also
sure.
think I'm almost certain we've seen them before.
I think we have, but I don't think we saw colored versions of them, did we? Because I don't remember these weird shoulders.
These are the really, really posable ones.
Are they? Oh yeah. I recognize the cuts in the top of the thighs for the discs that they have going on there.
Yeah.
Okay, so we don't need to talk about them.
No.
I think the armor for what was it called?
Reverse Soldier?
Yeah, Reverse Soldier and Reinforced Armor. At least the Reinforced Armor is new. I'm pretty sure.
The mech suit I like. I certainly like the concept of it.
It's a very weird one. It's not bad. It's not Transformers, but both that and Reverse Soldier seem like they could be a neat little fun line if priced well.
I think they made a mistake by having the mech suit turn into something. Because it doesn't turn into a brick.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind if it turned into something.
Yeah. I think that, that's engineering that could have gone into other aspects of the toy.
Maybe, unless they do a big vehicle for these things where they store in that vehicle in this mode. Then I'd be okay with it.
Or there's no engineering put in, and someone just said, listen, you can't sell it and not have it transform. And it just, squunched the toy up. Look, it's transformed. There you go.
That'll do. And then we also have the... what was it? Armored train, which is a train that the little figures can sit in. I use train very lightly. And it looks like the armor can attach to the train in some ways.
Yeah, they can sort of duel up.
Yeah, and then both of those trains, if you have two of them, can go on both shoulders of the Jetfire.
I have several questions.
Is one of them what is even happening?
Yeah, they don't... I don't...
What is this? What is this line?
What basically happens is the train goes onto Jetfire's shoulders.
Yeah.
And splits in half.
For some reason.
It doesn't integrate, doesn't look like it's a jetpack, it doesn't look like anything, it just looks like he's got a weird backpack on.
To me, it looks like something you would do as a kid. You'd have a toy that could fold over and you went, okay, I'll just throw these onto his shoulders, because it doesn't seem to have any
modern Sentai design.
Yeah. That's a
modern
good burn.
Sentai super combination, which is to put everything on.
That's a good sick burn.
I don't like this.
It's not that I dislike it. I'm just very confused by it, and I don't know what the purpose of it was.
I feel like someone wanted to design a little train the soldier can ride in, and then went, shit, no one's gonna buy a little train.
To be fair, they're right. The little train seemingly does nothing on its own. It just has a thing for a dude to sit in,
which means you don't even get a proper train.
No.
But then you've got to put in hinges so it can go on his shoulders, and it doesn't even go over both shoulders.
It doesn't seem to, not properly.
You have to buy two.
Yeah, maybe the soldier's a pack of two.
I don't want two. I don't want a pack of two.
Well, too bad then, I guess. That's it's strange because I think the reverse soldiers on their own look quite fun.
Yeah,
and I think if you did little vehicles that did something like minor transformation, like mask toys, effectively, that could be a line. Not Transformers, but whatever. It's just odd. How do you pronounce the next company, Mikey? Because you're good with names. You can read things well.
Zhangxing.
There you go. They're doing the JX Metal Beast 01 Winged Dragon, which is Transmetal 2 Megatron. I'm not... Is he show accurate?
More so than the Perfect Effect one.
I was really hoping you were going to say than the original toy, and I was going to say that's not fair, Mikey.
No, but something I don't often remember is that the toy model, the show model, weirdly smooth.
It was, yeah.
So I think there's something a little off-putting about that, and honest to God, I think that's it.
Right. You mean this toy itself?
Yeah, I think the face is a little off in terms of show model, but I don't think that's a bad thing.
Okay.
Yeah, also, there's a couple of things in this I really dig.
Like what? Like, I like the wings, and I like the head of the dragon. They all seem pretty neat.
I think that's super cool. I like there's something weird going on with the neck. Because in dragon mode, the neck seems to articulate like you would expect.
Yeah.
But in robot mode, it's articulating in the completely opposite direction. Like it's moving the head completely differently, and I can't see anything rotating on that neck.
There might be locking points on it where it's all ball joints, but you can then push them in and have them lock into place, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, but maybe, but that looks like a hinge to me.
Maybe, you could be right.
And the fact that I'm not seeing any rotation in the neck, that's the thing for me. Like, if the bit rotated, I go, okay, because you're just rotating the joint, but we get a lot of views, and it seems like it's working the same way. The dragon, I think, is kind of a good success. The robot works, but that smoothness is off-putting. And dragon car mode.
Do you think the arm for the dragon head in robot mode is too low down? Like his shoulder looks like it's further down than it should be. Like he's almost slumping.
Yeah.
At least from these
it's
images.
angled. It's angled down. That's the thing. That the shoulder pad has this like angle, so it's not even with the body.
Yeah.
So I don't think the shoulder is necessarily too low, but I do think they've got this aesthetic going that tricks your brain into thinking it is.
Okay. It's strange. And yes, you're quite right, Dino Car.
Yeah.
I guess it had to be there.
It looks like he's laid an egg. And he's just like sitting on the nest and just like, no, my baby.
I'm keeping it warm. It's different.
I like 3/4 dig this. Like I like 100% like the Mega Doragon, Doragon from Perfect Effect. I think that looks awesome.
Yes.
This is like I would really like that dragon, and I like the engineering going on in the robot mode.
Mm-hmm.
There's just, like I said, that little bit of uncanny valley going on there.
It's a strange choice.
Mm.
But, hey ho. Maybe it'll look better with paint.
Yeah.
Which could always be a thing. Next up, Magic Square with the Fire Extinguisher, the Architect, the Cannon, and the Flame Patrol. I was going to say Patriot, but it's the Flame Patrol. These are Legend Scales Inferno, Grapple, Sideswipe, and Red Alert. We've talked about Inferno. I'm pretty sure we've talked about Grapple.
I think so, yeah.
If not, he's listened back to us talk about Inferno. There you go. Have we talked about... No, Sideswipe's new, isn't he?
Yeah, the Sideswipe Red Alert mold is new.
He looks fairly good, I think. He looks fairly damn accurate to G1 for being such a small scale. Right?
Yeah, I think he's turned out pretty well.
Then any...
I like the head sculpt quite a bit.
Yeah.
It's just a little, like, this is like the third Legend Scale G1 accurate Sideswipe lately, so I'm kind of like, okay.
What were the other ones?
I know Iron Factory did one, and I swear there was another one.
That wasn't G1.
Oh, I thought that was pretty G1.
No, that
it
was
had
stylized.
the angle. It had, yeah. I suppose this is kind of dominating a market.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm just like broken by the Generations one.
It probably helps that we have seen quite a lot of side swipes lately, and they, like I say, they all kind of mush together at the end of the day.
Yep.
So yeah, and Red Alert is like, hey, okay. I do like the fact that they got a picture of the Inferno holding the Red Alert, because of course that's the thing now. Got to have it done. They got quite a few action shots, which is quite nice. But we'll move on to Iron Factory. We have the Steel Lucifer, Mirror Commander, Catastrophe, Shriek's Feather. Is that right?
Shrike's Feather.
Shrike's Feather.
A very angry carnivorous bird that pecks in your skull.
Oh, fun.
And likes to basically take rodents and spear them on thorns while they're alive, so they can eat them later.
Oh, I've heard. Well, I haven't heard about that, but I've heard about that.
Have you seen Farting Woods?
I have. That's where I saw it. Oh man, good times, fun times, learning about death. Rush Beat, Amethyst. It should have been Amethyst, then Rush Beat. Annihilator.
Oh, we've seen Annihilator because we all went Annihilator.
Yeah, that's right. How do you say the next one? Dubhe?
Oh my god.
Dupay.
Dupay? It is Dupay.
Miser.
Dove. Oh, what?
Miser.
Dove is the Irish word for black.
Oh, okay. Huh.
Why is he Dove?
What's after Miser?
Miser, Fekda,
okay.
Alcade, and Marak.
What a bunch of fluffy names, Iron Factory.
Why is the Irish word for black?
What a bunch of fluffy names.
Why is his name Dove?
Okay, let's start at the top. Steel Lucifer is...
Wrong name. Should have been Lucifer Steel. Because they spell it Stele.
It's basically the Warfare in Optimus Prime that they did, but into... Oh, God.
Nova.
No, Nova Prime, thank you. My God, brain, you're terrible. He goes from a simple Onyx... No, not Onyx Prime, just a simple Nova to then his winged form with a big fancy sword and big fancy gun. Now, I remember that Optimus Prime wasn't great, so I wonder if this has had improvements.
I hope it has, because this is a design I like. I mean, I like their take on Nova.
Yeah.
I always like Nova Primes. It's a weakness of mine. I think it's a cool design.
Oh, it is. Good colors too.
Yeah, and I like the big shank.
Yeah, yeah. That
Because
was. I
you
think
know
that
who's
was
going to have a sword like that? Nova Prime.
that was just brought over from the other figure though. And
Mm.
speaking of that other figure, we just have Mirrored Commander, which is the Optimus Prime just recolored. So if you wondered what that older Optimus Prime looked like, it's this. It's just
Yeah.
different colored. So that's the thing.
So
So more importantly, the next
yeah.
few. The next few are basically we have Baldicus Ruination Combaticons. Man, they like I like
Oh.
I liked it before, but the Ruination colors are really good.
Why has this not been done more?
I don't know. Like I think maybe when Japan did the Unite Warriors one, someone went, "Yo, Baldicus has got some pretty fucking sexy colors."
Yeah.
Because he does like. I think I like this a lot more.
Yeah,
Lot
me too.
more.
I love Rotor. Rotor's colors are amazing.
The color plate, like for me, Onslaught because of the
What was his
90s
name in-
orange.
What was his name in the show?
Oh, don't ask me that.
I remember Movor and I remember Rotor.
See, I always called him Moveor because it made me laugh because it was still a stupid name.
Yeah, but and Ruination, man.
Yeah, man.
Those are like the khaki colors, and you've got these khaki colors and everything else, and then you just have this random blue and white. Oh man, I forgot how much I like the Ruination color scheme.
Yeah, and we were pretty pumped for this design when it was just Bruticus. We both liked it, and then I know a lot of people have already bought the Bruticus figure because I think it's all out now, right?
I think so.
I've seen people picking him up at TFcon as well, but I'm like looking at this and like, depending on the price,
You could talk yourself into it, couldn't you?
I could easily talk myself into it. I could easily make a bad life choice. Strike's Feather, which we've talked about before, is the Slipstream with the massive head, which still doesn't look quite right.
We see what you're going for, but
Yeah, it was trying to put this mold with the rest of the Ladybots, but it doesn't quite work, I don't think. It doesn't look terrible, it's just the head's like the other Ladybots probably had larger heads as well, but this has a noticeably larger head, like she's a mascot character from Disney World.
yeah, the difference was their bodies were designed to complement it.
Yeah.
This is a Seeker body you put a giant head on.
Yeah, they have changed other things, like they've changed the thighs and they've changed the torso piece, but it's still the same figure, which I think is the thing that works against at the end of the day. Amethyst is a purple-pink version of Starscream. It's the Decepticlone version.
Oh, right. I was going to say it was Rainmaker or something.
Well, you could argue that. He was basically, you know how they had just random background purple dudes in the first season? He's one of them, basically.
All right.
Rush Beat is Jazz.
Cool.
That's the design for that to me looks not War for Cybertron-y, Fall of Cybertron-y and G1-y mixed together.
Yeah.
Like the finished robot mode and all that jazz.
Pretty dig it.
Yeah, it's nice. It's a
Bet it's not
fancy
racist.
toy. It doesn't come in two parts. It's not the jazz I want.
No, but Andy, you can customize that.
Just pull him in half. Done.
Oh man, and you can do the whole scene, but use the Nova, and it's just you pulled him in half. Yep, toss.
He even has sound speakers as well, which I think is kind of fancy. Yeah, he's a handsome little jazz figure. We won't talk about Annihilator because we already talked about him last time.
Stupid name.
Still stupid. And then we have the Spirits of Deck, who were shown in case as well. Some of them colored, some of them not. We have Tarn, DJD by the by, if you forgot. We have Kaon.
Kaon Vox?
Voss, who's colored. Who I don't like the colors for, to be honest.
No. And I'm sure someone's going to freak out. He's too tall.
I mean,
he's a combiner.
I mean, they're not wrong. He is too tall.
In fact, I think he's a combiner's gun.
Yeah, but you cut like these are legend scale. How much smaller can they go? You know, come on.
He must be accurate.
I mean, I don't think he looks bad, but I'm not a fan of the color. He's a bit too muted.
He's the one you buy because it's a combiner.
Yeah, I think the other two look, again, really solid. Who knew, Mikey, that I really like the Iron Factory aesthetic and general design? Who knew?
Yeah, who could have foreseen?
Then we have Helix and Tesserus.
Are you going to pretend you know which one is which?
Fuck no. Fuck no. I'm not that crazy. Whoever has the Alicade, that one, his vehicle mode is delightfully stupid.
Yep, it's a fist with a death machine inside it.
Yeah, it's what I would call a G1 transformation. Not in terms of its quality or how much intricacy there's probably in there, but because it seems like he folds into a sort of a vehicle, but his hands are just in front of him.
This is season 3. This is season.
Yes, yeah, mixed with a bit of GoBots, I feel.
Oh man,
Just because you can see the hands.
Yep.
And then Mirak. He has a massive hole in his chest, as he should. Oh no!
Oh
no! Oh no! That's not how you treat ladies. He's pushing the RC figure in feet first.
Okay, so this is probably from the fact that I've watched more anime than any man my age should have. But I can't be the only one who's a little squidgy watching that and looks like, that don't look right. That looks like it's about the start of a scene that you're going to like fast forward through and just really hope to pray you don't accidentally stop in the middle of it.
It's worth it for the story. It's worth it for the story. It's worth it for the story.
I'm really enjoying this show. This is really good. Go, zoom.
It's fun that you can do that. Like I assume you probably can't do this with most of the characters because the female ones are much smaller. So is that so sexist? Funny, but not really.
But the toys are actually smaller.
They are, yeah. I love the fact that it is a thing that you can do. And for vehicle mode, I still think it's a shame that the hands aren't hidden. But as a vehicle mode, I look at this vehicle mode and I see Jason the Wheeled Warriors, and that's not a bad thing.
No.
Because I can see him, if he was on a planet, he'd be driving around using his claw hands to pick up people and just drop them into his exposed hole, just to grind them up as he goes and just poop them out. Actually, that could be a Hive vehicle. You remember the Hive?
Ooh. Yeah.
It's just because you only saw, like, for the most... Maybe that's what it is. Maybe it's based on a Hive vehicle. I'm just guessing here. And then we see a few shots of them combined. Again, I really like these things. I think they look really good and solid.
Yep.
Wouldn't mind picking them up. It feels like it's been a while since we've heard from Iron Factory, and I'm wondering if they just saved most of their announcements for here.
I think so. I think they've been working on some stuff.
Yeah. Do you have any other thoughts, Mikey?
Yeah, more, it's slightly worrying that the two toys of this TFcon so far that are making you go, I could make a bad life decision, are the one where you technically, to get them, you have to buy 10 toys. Oh,
yeah, that's a good point. Oh, dear. But you could justify it by saying buying this DJD set is going to be way more affordable. Not
buying Mastermind Creation one.
Not taking away the Mastermind Creation one, but difference in price, I'm sure, will be significant since the last two still haven't came out, and they will be the two biggest ones.
Yes.
So it's another option for people who want the DJD, which is only a good thing.
Yeah.
Make toys. We have Buster Skywing. We have
Theme 4, I think.
Riot Galvatron. Hot Rod Rodimus and Wise Blast. Wise Blast being Brainstorm. There's a silhouette as well. Who's the Iron Factory silhouette that we didn't talk about that says coming
Hound,
soon?
I recognize. I'm not sure about the rest.
Oh, I think I know who the one is next to Hound.
Wheeljack?
No. Well, maybe. But I'm not thinking it. Actually, it's probably Wheeljack. But it's probably Wheeljack because I'm looking at the symbol and it's like two little things which would be on the side of the head. I was kind of hoping it would be Strong Arm.
Oh.
Because the silhouette could be Strong Arm, but just because of the symbol behind it's probably because it looks like the Wheeljack flashlight things.
Oh, you've ruined it for me now.
I know. No, you ruined it for me by telling me what it probably is. That makes way more sense than my stupid idea. Cliff Jumper. I think that's easy to guess for the next one, right?
Yeah. So who's at the end? Gary.
I don't know. Someone that has shoulder pads, big flat shoulder pads, and a shoulder-mounted gun. I'm not sure, to be honest, and I'm not sure what symbol it is that it could be for them.
Answers on the postcard.
Yeah. Let us know. I'd be interested. So yeah, back to Make Toys. Buster Skywing. You said we've talked about. Did you? Yes, we have. We didn't talk
Yes.
about a coloured version of it though. Granted, this is a CAD model colour version of it.
Yeah, this looks like a Nemesis version.
It's because this is like the Avengers Quinjet. I was told. I remember someone saying that this was based on the Avengers Quinjet, so maybe that's the colours. We hadn't seen the Galvatron in his gun mode, had we? Or at least a CAD model of it.
No, it's like it's so it's basically IDW Galvatron turns into a cannon with knives.
Yeah, translucent knives. I'm guessing
I can't at least dig the robot mode.
it's different.
It's different. I don't really dig the cannon.
Yeah, I mean the cannon mode for Galvatron's never its strongest point. That's always been the case, and I'm not sure that'll ever change. Cross Dimensions Hot Rod, Mikey.
I don't know.
It's very cross dimensions, and if you're into that aesthetic, it's
is.
probably very good for you.
But I am into that aesthetic, and I'm still not sure.
Oh, see, I'm not.
It's got this more than meets the eye vibe to it, but it's
Somewhat.
also weird. Like his head looks like he's got this weird visor thing. I feel like this is when I like cross dimensions. I like the aesthetic, but I feel like this is when someone was designing and they just didn't stop.
I can see that potentially.
They were up all night with the coffee and people didn't stop, and then they slipped the slide in and just like, this is what he look like.
That'll do.
Yeah. I'd say he's the least interesting to me.
Yeah, those ones, sure. Yeah. We also have Wise Blast, which is their remaster of Brainstorm, which will continue on with the G1 look and aesthetic. And Finn with I think it'll complete the Autobot ones now, won't it?
Believe so.
Yeah, because they've done Hardhead, they've done Chrome Dome. I think they've done Highbrow. Pretty sure they have. So yeah, that'll be all there. I guess they'll be moving on next to the Decepticon ones. Because
Moving on up.
who else is there? Mikey.
Hmm?
Fans Project.
Yeah.
They have one figure.
Yeah. They've been. Yeah, but Andy, they got so many releases upcoming.
Okay.
Like six toys they've already released.
Yeah.
One of which I think people should actually buy.
But maybe this is to fund this or help fund this?
Maybe it's because they don't have any fucking ideas.
Maybe.
I've made it clear I want original takes on designs. I don't like their weird gremlin gorilla.
Yes, this is Ape Face, by the way. It's the Ape Face ape mode looks more like a troll or an ogre or a goblin, like you say, Mikey, than it does a gorilla, because it's got a pointy nose as well.
Yeah.
I'm not against it. It's just a strange choice.
And I just don't like that. As like, it looks half formed.
I think I need to see a real one before I really make a judgment call on it. But the ape face robot looks fairly solid.
Yeah, looks pretty good. The jet mode looks decent.
Yes, they've gone very much for a noise maze from a Galaxy Force kind of wings way out to the side and pointing the wrong way.
Yep. And hey, Glacial Lord box set.
Yeah, again, that feels very much like they were trying to recoup some fucking money.
Maybe they should have kept it going with that line that everyone liked.
I would have. Well, I maybe it didn't do well enough. I don't know.
And yet they're selling a box set.
I mean, that's a fair point.
I mean, I do want it, but like, this is the one thing I would say buy.
Well, Glacial Lords, you mean?
I thought that was neat. I thought that was super, super neat, and it became stupid expensive to buy afterwards. The Fans Project, man. What are you doing?
Yeah.
Why? Stop it with the repaints.
It's weird, man. Non-F is next, and Non-F are doing a Dinobot rifle and pistol set for the Dinobot from Power of the Prime. Not much to say here. It's just, here's some guns for them. Cool. They can also store on the Volcanicus mode, should you wish them to. It's going to be $20, which doesn't seem too bad for everything.
Very reasonable.
Yeah, it's not exciting, I would say.
And you can buy it now.
Yeah.
At www.nonnef.com.
Is it non-nef or non-f?
Nonnef. Nonnef.
I always heard it as non-f.
That's because people were saying it too fast.
Oh my god. Well, there you go. Not an exciting thing, but it's something if you wanted a little bit more interesting weapons, I suppose. So that's fine. Fans hobby, we have Power Baser, Black Power Baser. Woo.
Yeah, there's nothing new here.
Really, Double Evil and trailer. Trailer 09A and 09B trailer.
In fact, I think the Optimuses have all been released except for like
Seen
the
that.
hey, we're probably going to do Toxitron at some point.
Yeah, because there's Overlord, who we've definitely talked about. And yeah, the G2 Optimus Prime. Yeah, we've talked about all this. Yeah.
You fail.
Well, that's fine. Means we can move on to the next stuff, which is from Fex Hobby.
These things are getting weird.
It feels like someone accidentally pressed the F instead of the N when typing out the name and went, I was stuck with it now. They're doing Owl 1 armor series. Different color armor sets and bases for Macross robots. Not Transformers, but for Macross. So these are plug-on things, I imagine, or however they connect onto your Macross figures, if you are so inclined to buy Macross. I wonder how accurate they are to the shows. Is this a thing? I mean, I never watched Macross, so I wonder if it's an actual thing that are in the shows, you know? Probably not, I'm guessing. I don't know. Bagcube, Steamroller, Recon, and Captain Huffy. That's a good name.
Yeah, so 2 of these I don't care about, and 1 of these is the potential of the show to me.
Yeah, we have Sideswipe and Red Alert, who are again Masterpiece styled and G1 based, so fine. They look like they should. I'm sure there will be differences in engineering and some more minute details. But Mikey, what do you want to tell me about the? Oh wow, that is really cool.
Yeah. So.
Oh wow, that is super cool.
So Captain Huffy initially looks like he's just a retool of Huffer. But then you see him next to Huffer, and he ain't.
No.
He is badass spy Huffer in black and orange, and he has sunglasses.
Can we say that this is? Can we say this is G2 Huffer? Like this is when G2 went to G2 and had enough of their shit.
Yeah. But then this is part of something called Natures.
Oh.
Badcube Natures. So have you seen the concept art?
I haven't, no, because it wasn't on the slides.
It's the first image after the Red Alert and the Sideswipe.
Oh.
And this looks like at least like a concepted series of very, very original designs.
Yeah.
Like I can if I stretch, I can see Transformers influences on these guys. Like I think the guy with the big guns look kind of like 10.
Which one?
The guy at on the left at the back, the really big guns.
Okay. Yeah.
But then
yeah.
there's like
Okay.
This insect guy in the middle, and then there's some. Is that a dragon dinosaur thing?
I don't know. It's to be honest, it's a little bit hard to tell because the concept art is not colored. It's line art apart from Huffy. And
you've got like 12 characters on each side all rammed onto each other.
Yeah.
So,
interesting though. I think it gives that creative boost that I think is something that me and you have been bitching about for far too long.
Yep. So Badcube, you have my attention, and I really, really like Captain Huffy.
Yes.
I really hope he comes with a comic, and I really hope he's like, I'm so skilled, and I'm a dick.
I want to preface this with, this doesn't mean that we'll be buying them.
I'd be tempted if I had the cash.
Yeah, this is the thing. I appreciate it, and I think it looks neat. And if I had like spare money and spare space, I'd be considering picking it up, because it's like, yeah, this is neat.
This is the figures we want the people to be making.
Yeah, definitely. Just because it's different.
And also, like, I have a feeling Captain Huffy is coming out first, because he's like, he's the closest design we have to a Transformer.
Yeah, from the looks of things.
Because I want to see some of these weird ones. There's some weird ass designs in here, and there's one that's like, I think he's got a cat head, but it looks like he's made of insects. I want him. Get me him.
Get him to Mikey.
I like it.
Maz Toys have Renegade and Pointman crowdfunding campaign, which is the Tetrajects and Seekers and Coneheads.
Last time I checked, that was 70%.
Okay.
Let's see. Go fund.
While you do that, I'll read off the rest. We also have Renegade, which is Starscream, Stormbreaker, Thundercracker, Wraith, Skywarp, Reaper, Ramjet, Airlift Thrust, Phantom Dirge, and MX-001, Tyrant Throne, and Cybertron Tease. So, Mikey, have you found the information that you were looking for?
No, I've just got links to something about dysphoria and help save Toys R Us.
Yeah, okay, fair enough.
So I don't know. But last time I checked, they were at 70%.
Huh. I noticed on the slides that they missed off a load of companies. And I've just... Oh, no, I did. I missed off TFC Toys, so we'll have to jump back to that.
To be fair...
Is there anything new there?
They have concept art for Terracons that we've already seen.
Oh, so nothing was new. Okay, so my mind did the correct thing.
But the weird thing is, like, they've got a repaint of Piranacon, and then they seem to have pictures of the prototypes of Piranacon.
Huh.
Weird.
That's a weird choice. For the Maz Toy stuff, most of the stuff we've talked about, I think.
Oh, no, there is one thing we finally get good pictures of, though.
The chair?
No, oh, God. The Rolling Thunder Optimus.
That's not Maz Toys, though, is it? That's some other company.
That's Fans Hobby.
That's Fans Hobby.
That's Fans Toys. TFC Toys.
Yes, we got to see the green-coloured version as well.
Yeah.
And we got to see, like you say, a very good... I thought we already saw good pictures of the Optimus Prime.
I think you enjoyed it.
Okay, yes, we did, but we hadn't seen the green one. So what do you think of this Optimus Prime?
Not fair.
He's good, isn't he?
He's pretty good.
Better than the last one that came out.
I still want one of those for historic reasons.
No, you don't.
I do, because it was the first full third-party Optimus Prime.
Once you give Jai the money for the train that you owe him, you can also probably buy the terrible one off him, so you can help Jai fund the better one.
No.
Yeah.
No. He can throw it in for free if he'd like.
I don't think that's how it works.
You can give me the Bumblebee train, yes?
Never. Shall we move on?
Yeah, so Maz Toys, they didn't have anything else apart from the fact that, hey, you get a chair.
Yeah, it's, okay, sure. Set piece, a bit of scenery, okay. Mayhem Mechanics, which is the Unrustable Bastards, which I'm always going to call them the Unrustable Bastards.
It's true.
There's a lot of stuff that we've already talked about here. We did find out that they're doing a comic, which I think is pretty fucking cool.
Yep.
Again, gives a bit of fiction and lore and interest behind what they're doing instead of just here's some robots. It's here's some robots and here's some goddamn story for you to care about them.
Yep.
So that's always a plus. Was there anything new here? Oh, the Valkyries were new, weren't they? Which are the lady ones with different heads.
And oh my god.
What's up?
Oh my god. You know how I'm into whenever someone does something monumentally stupid?
Oh wow, she has bosoms.
She doesn't have bosoms, she is bosoms.
Yeah, wow. And they're add-on bosoms as well, because when she's just normal before combining with her bike parts, she's just like got the RC funnels into a point.
And then she has the ability to grow what can only be described as F.
I would describe them as bajungas.
What
they're terrifying.
From Kobayashi, the D is for dragon.
Oh dear.
There's a character in that show that these actually have the same figure of.
Oh.
In terms of that. Lukoa. The Quetzalcoatl.
Was there...
If you've seen the show, you know what I mean.
Was there any other Unrustable Bastards worth mentioning?
They had a couple of new molds in there, but they had so much stuff. Like, so much of their stuff is repainted, it's hard to keep track of. But hey, they've clearly got some fate in this project.
It seems like it. They're going all in, which is kind of nice.
So, is it Cassie Sark on this?
I've no idea.
I think so. So keep up the good work. Let us see the comic. Let me know who's writing it.
Yeah.
Let's see who's drawing, and can I have a Valkyrie? Because it's being added to the pile of things that, oh my god, why would you do this? Oh god, now I want one.
Bad life choices for Mikey.
Yep, because I don't want to spend money on it, but I want to be given one.
There you go. That's how it works.
Oh my god, she's got little jet engines and she's shooting forward, and it's basically like watching a Twitch video. Like one of those Twitch videos where, I'm sorry, you're not making your money off the game.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
I'm meaning no disrespect to individuals who make money how you want to make money, but we all know what this is.
Planet X show off a Ratchet Ironhide and an IDW Deathsaurus.
Sort of a weird, slightly stylized version of him, but kind of like what if IDW Deathsaurus showed up in the War for Cybertron universe?
Is that what they're going for, do you think?
I think so, especially with the robot mode. The dragon, not so much. Like, the dragon is pretty. It's not 100% on to Alex's design, but it's definitely it's definitely taking that aesthetic.
You know what the greatest failing of the dragon mode is?
Is it a chicken?
No, exactly. It's not a chicken. It's not a chicken dragon. Unfaithful.
If only there was some way of scratching that itch later on.
If only. What do you think of Ratchet and Ironhide, though?
Fine. I've never liked that design.
No, they're both fairly. They're fine, and they are exact representations of those characters.
No, Deathsaurus is kind of the big guy there, and I think he's looking pretty solid.
I would say so. He's actually a real figure as well, rather than CAD designs like computer made things. So that's also a decent thing.
And it's Planet X, so we know it's probably going to be pretty solid in terms of construction.
Yeah, and paint and all that jazz. So that's a plus.
And probably actually cut you.
And he's big, because you've got the Grimlock, don't you?
Yeah, that dragon is not small.
No. He's bigger than the Megatron figure that they did. Damn.
Oh, yeah. I don't know how big he is next to Grimlock. I think Grimlock is actually taller.
Yeah.
So
yeah, they don't actually show him in robot mode next to him.
Really want to see him colored up. And he comes with a tiger breast.
Yes, yeah, not the bird one, though, or the hawk, or whatever you want to call it. But...
And to be fair, he was always inside.
Until he turned into a bow. Oh, no, it was the lion that turned into the bow. What did the bird turn into?
A gun.
Oh, yeah, never mind. Yeah, the lion was the cool one. The bird was just there. Right, moving on to the next load, which is Zeta Toys. We've got Catapult, Silver Arrow, and Down Thrust. Are these new?
I don't know. I don't know.
Well, like you say, Mikey, they're aerial bots. Masterpiece scale, probably combine. G1 aesthetic. Surprise, surprise. Okay, well, I don't think we've got anything desperately constructed to say about the Zeta Toy stuff, personally.
Yeah, no.
So, Fans Toys, shall we talk about that stuff?
Some of it.
There's Hoodlum, Magnum, Spoiler, Warpath, he doesn't have a special name yet. Beachcomber, it says for these last two, hidden for them, don't know why. Beachcomber and Brawn, so it's Hot Rod, Wild Rider, Breakdown. Darkened. Oh, really? Okay, I haven't looked at these clearly. So, who's new? Is Hot Rod's new, right?
Don't know.
I think he's new. He looks very much like the Masterpiece one, but thinner.
A bit more Studio Ox.
Yeah, he looks. I think he actually looks really nice next to the other Fans Toys releases. Yeah. Like he fits in well with them. Do you have any thoughts on him so far, Mikey?
Yeah.
Apart from his horribly broken hands for that scene where Springer's crying in the background.
Yeah.
Those are poorly placed knuckle joints and finger joints.
Also, the continuing awkwardness of Fan Toys RC.
Maybe they should have had the RC with a Hot Rod going down on it.
But Andy, can't we have two people going down on one woman?
I mean, we can.
Should we?
If the space is big enough,
and it does
I guess.
Basically look like she snapped Hot Rod's fingers.
I think it's meant to be like, I didn't ask to have a girlfriend, and Springer's like, I wanted a girlfriend, and Narcissus like, you're coming into good work, mate, you've pulled.
Yeah, but like Springer's like, I can still taste her.
Oh, God, Mike.
I mean, I'm not wrong.
Yeah. You also have a replaceable face to make him into Rodimus, which doesn't entirely work, because he should change a bit more visually.
But just looks like it doesn't work.
I get what they're going for, and okay, it's fine. I just don't think it works as a whole concept.
No.
Just because it's still the same, and then he doesn't turn into the camper, so why bother? But never mind. We've definitely talked about the Stunticons.
Yeah. I don't know if we've talked about. I swear I've seen a Warpath that looked like this, but I don't know if we've actually talked about a figure.
I don't think we've talked about this one. I think this is new. It looks fairly standard, fairly good.
Tank mode.
Yeah, I mean, tanks are cool. Tanks are always good. It seems like a solid Warpath figure. Seems like a lot of people, third-party companies, do warpaths as well, because it feels like like you said, we've talked about a lot of warpaths in the past.
True.
Is it just because he's an early G1 character and also happens to be a
And
tank?
people remember Wham Bam.
I guess though, most of the season 1 and season 2 characters have been slowly hammered out at this point anyway, so maybe it's not that big of a surprise. Maybe I'm just being silly.
Says something about what they should be doing.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe. Who knows? I mean, they're selling, so at some point the market will run out, though. I would guess. Anyway, SND, we have the Primo Vitalis kit, I think is how you say it.
These are just the upgrade kits for Combiner Wars Optimus, and I don't think there's anything new in there.
Have we talked about these? No, we have.
We have.
Right?
I don't think we've talked about SND 07.
Which one's 07?
Bastion Armory.
Oh, yeah, that's completely new. I think. How about we just jump and talk about that?
Quartermaster Roto. I
think
it's supposed to be Roller.
It's not Roller. It's what's his name from Fort Max?
Cog. No.
Yeah. No,
Cog
I think you're right.
Grommet?
I think it is. Yeah, it's the thing that was the bottom half was one big chunk of plastic which was meant to be a pair of tank treads, which were in quotations a tank, and then the top part which was like a robot half, and you just pulley stuck them together and went, "We got a robot."
The head of operations Darnell.
Yeah, it seems to be. Oh God, no. It's neat enough. Yeah, it's a Titan Master, I would assume as well. Technically,
Yeah, well, it looks like it.
The idea of it.
But I like the 2 vehicle modes. I like the robot mode. I think that's a collection of small successes.
And it's something that hasn't been done before. I can't see it being a massive thing because it's like, well, him and Six Gun and the other guy from Scamper. Yeah, you know, those guys who no one really remembers as part of Metroplex and Fort Max. So, yeah, okay. It looks fairly interesting and it's different, so you got to give it props on that basis at the very least. X-Trans bots, we've got Toro. Just go by the real name. Cliff Jumper, Yellow
Toro,
Cliff Jumper.
Caprimoso?
No, they had their choice. They could have named it something simple. Fuck them.
Rear Wheel.
Yellow Cliff Jumper, Sea Spray, Springer, Cup, Breakdown, Wild Rider, Dead End, Drag Strip, and Skids. It's also
yellow,
late, so it can't be asked.
Yellow Cliff Jumper.
Yellow Cliff Jumper. No, it says Yellow Cliff Jumper on the notes here. It does. I'm not taking the piss.
Let me see. Scroll up. Oh my God,
What's
there's
it
so
say?
many. X-Trans Yellow Cliff Jumper.
What does it say?
Says Yellow Cliff Jumper, but it's
I wasn't lying.
Hubcap.
Yeah, I know. It's hubcap. Yellow Cliff Jumper. I mean, they're not wrong. It is that mold, but they have changed it to be hubcap. So, oh well, poor guy. Which ones of these have we talked about, and which ones haven't we talked about? I don't recognize
the Cliff Jumper.
No, we have talked about the Cliff Jumper because it has that silly gun.
And skis.
Yeah, we have definitely talked about the Cliff Jumper. Hubcap, no, it's just got a new head though.
Yellow Cliff
Jumper. Yellow Cliff Jumper. Sea Spray's new, I think.
Springer.
Maybe we haven't talked about any of these. Maybe these are all new because they're all CG models. It seems.
I would like to see some refinement of Springer and Cup.
What about Sea Spray?
What about Sea Spray?
Ooh, the hate. Yeah, Springer is more of his fat vehicle mode cartoon models. Like he's real chunky.
Cup's vehicle mode is weird looking, like weirder looking than normal.
Is it because it's longer?
Yeah,
or it looks like longer.
They were going for the same proportions, but it's like someone dragged the y-axis too far.
That might also be because it's uncolored. In the CAD again, the robot has been digibash colored or whatever you want to call it, but the vehicle mode hasn't for whatever reason. So, I don't know what makes this one better than the fans' toys one.
I don't know.
And this is the problem when you're doing the same things. It's like, well, I've already got it.
Well, Andy, speaking of which,
here's a breakdown.
Put up for scene.
And a Wild Rider.
Oh my God!
And a Dead End. And a drag strip, is that? Yeah, that's
Although I do like the little driver.
No Motormaster. That is fun. That's a nice little addition. That was never in the show, but it's like, okay, that's there's one big problem, the Mikey.
What?
What's the problem about that vehicle mode, and specifically the driver?
The zoom. It's the Stig. Also, it has a gun
No.
pointed at the back of his head.
That is the problem.
Maybe it's like he's kidnapped. Maybe he's not a holomatter at all. He's actually a real person.
I hope so, because otherwise that makes no sense. Like, gonna just fire through that hollow matter? It's okay.
It's a trick. It's to lure people into thinking they're safe.
That's how they get you. Skids. He has an extra little bike for some reason.
Yeah, it's a weird looking bike as well.
Yeah, it's very square for some reason.
And has no handles.
Yeah.
I mean, it's also like, I like how they call it Savant, which means they're thinking about like IDW skids, but it's the
No.
G1est of G1 skids.
Yeah, so no, sir, do not lie. Shall we move on to Keith's fantasy?
Yeah.
So, Mikey, we have EAVI, Metal Dumpyard, which is a Junkion, Metal Times 4, which are different Junkions, Metal Jet 1, which is Dreadwind, and Metal Jet 2, which is Darkwind.
It's Hydra, or Buster.
We'll get
one.
on to that.
I would like if this is what they did. They did Darkwing and Hydra.
We'll get on to it. So we'll start off with Dumpyard. Now remember, Mikey, Keith's fantasy were the guys that made toys that made people bleed because they were far too
we wanted
sharp.
to love.
Well, we did want to love, but yeah. They now make Junkions that are primarily made of spikes. Yes. Do we have concerns?
I have many, because I've heard there have been improvements, but not to the degree where I would be excited.
Really? Okay. But there have been improvements, just not massive ones.
Basically.
Okay. Well, do any of these designs interest you? Because there's the Dumpyard B, and then there's C, D, E, and F, which all seem to be specific models that were in the cartoon at one point or another. Apart from the lady one, there's no lady Junkion
she
yet.
should be there. You know what? They'd probably do Rummage now.
Oh,
I kind of like the one with the Gigan chest.
Yes.
Like that.
Yeah, he was always neat.
The rest, not so much.
I mean, they're fine. They are that aesthetic. Again, these are all CAD. Well, the C, D, E, and F are CAD models. The Junkion from the slide image here. I mean, the small images. Maybe did they have proper ones in the case?
I
don't know.
So.
I assume so. Again, we have CAD models for Hydra and Buster.
So they have it phase 12A, but then so Darkwing is phase 12A, and then I'm going to say Hydra is phase 13A. So I'm assuming what they're saying is they're going to be releasing Darkwind and Dreadwind, and then they're going to do repaints as Hydra and Buster, which is why not just show the CAD model color choices for all of them then?
It'll be a surprise then.
Really? Because right now I'm just thinking, are you just going to release one of each set and then not do the other one?
That would be amazing. What do you mean? Couldn't be bothered.
You don't want it. You got the molds. It's fine.
That'd be a real fucking odd choice. Next is Gigapower, who I lie, it's Toy World next, my bad. We have MP Scale, Galvatron. We also have a Jazz. We also have a Motormaster and an Onslaught. Oh, good.
Yay.
Oh, no, the Onslaught and Motormaster are different. We'll talk about them in a bit. Galvatron, Mikey, he ate all the pies.
Really dislike it.
Who ate all the pies?
Galvatron did.
Who ate all the pies?
Like...
You fat bastard, you ate all
It's
the
like
pies.
someone tried to get the original, toy and then try to reshape it. Without reshaping it, just change the details to look more like a character. No, more like the comics.
See, in my eyes, it's like someone decided, what if we meshed the proportion? What if we did G1 Galvatron, but meshed them with the proportions of the Unicron and Galvatron from Headmasters?
Oh my god.
Where he was fat.
He was
a fatty,
exceptionally
fat,
extra
fat.
thick.
Yeah, this I'm making fun of his size because it just looks bizarre. Like he's got this really big round tummy chest, arms. and then teeny arms, and then really spindly legs.
His legs are a weird length. No, not just that he's spindly. I mean, the thigh. The
lanky.
femur bit of it is really short.
Oh, you're right.
And
yeah. Is that mainly because the knee guard thing seems to go up
Maybe,
so high?
but in that case, that's a poor design choice.
It's
I
not.
hate it.
I think it doesn't help it at the very least. I'm not a fan of it. But then again, I don't think we've been fans of Toy World, have we? I can't remember.
Not much.
I don't think we have.
But the important thing is I really dislike that.
Yeah. What do you think about Jazz, though? Because Jazz seems to be small,
Yes,
as he seems to fit in the hand of their Toy World
Small
Devastator. So
with an
this is a
O.
Legends Jazz.
He small.
What? Small.
He's small. But he's
So
small.
does this mean that their first jump into the Legends scale is going to be this Jazz?
might not be the worst idea in the world. 'Cause
Maybe not.
I don't think there's a lot of Legends Jazzes after that. I don't know if there's any.
But here's the problem.
What is the
Mikey.
problem, Andy?
I've seen a Jazz within these slides, which was Legend
Yes.
scale, and I thought a lot more interesting.
Yes.
And I think if there's a company to do a cartoon accurate version of Jazz at Legend
Yes.
scale, I don't know of their quality, but I feel from an aesthetic point of view, Magic Toys, is it Magic Toys? Magic Square. Magic Square, is that who it is?
Yeah.
Whoever it is, the one that's doing the Inferno. Those guys, I think they've got a handle on that and will probably maybe do a better
Yeah.
job. Assuming things, of course, but I can't say I'm thrilled at this. I like the pictures because they're fun, and it's a Devastator playing with a tiny Jazz.
Yeah, I like
That's
how
fun,
they've got
but,
a screaming face on the Devastator. So it's like, he's driving. Nah, nah.
I'm okay
He should
with
have been
that.
on his
That's
knees.
fun.
On his knees, driving it on the floor, going. Vroom, 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 vroom.
Now, Mikey, the next two I think are kind of interesting.
In a
a sense.
kind of sense.
Yeah, as they're doing a Motormaster and Onslaught, but they're going to be the Combiner centers for the Combiner Wars figures for some reason.
It's weird.
What are your thoughts?
It's weird. We've seen something similar before where someone did a Bruticus, a War for Cybertron Bruticus, where they redid an Onslaught as a core.
That was, the Fall of Cybertron one. I can't remember who did
I
that.
think that turned out well because they did like crazy
Yes.
engineering stuff to try and improve the worst part of each toy, and
Yeah, and that Onslaught was really good. At least appeared to be really good.
They're basically just adding new feet and hands and then giving a new core. It's
I mean, that's a lot to be fair.
I think it's interesting. I think the Bruticus looks better than Menasor.
Onslaught certainly.
Yeah. Onslaught looks very cartoon model, but in a good way. Menasor just doesn't look cartoon. It looks like a weird toy model. Like same with Menasor, on Motormaster and Menasor both look like someone was trying to do like a weird toy accurate model, and Bruticus and Onslaught look like someone was doing Toon.
I feel that maybe Motormaster again will look more normalized once he's colored, potentially. Again, that could be a pipe dream, and it could be wrong.
You're saying a lot of maybes here.
But I am. But I think we got to throw that in, and it could be the case. But the Onslaught, it actually looks okay. I'm not too over-wowed by the Bruticus mode, but I think the Onslaught as an individual robot looks pretty solid.
I think that's fair.
Yeah. Shall we move on, Mr. Mikey, because we're nearly done. Nearly finished.
Yes.
We have Giggle Power, which has done Superator. Superator?
I don't know. How is this not already out? I thought this was already out.
So did I. I suppose they haven't done Swoop yet either. So somehow, even though it feels like Gigapower has been pumping these out for a long time now. Yeah, I think 4 years it might be right. Maybe longer. I don't know. It feels like a long time. Because their big selling point was, we do big Dinobots. Really, really big ones.
Big ones. I'm not doing the small ones.
Exactly. And this Grimlock comes with a crown. I'm sure it's removable. Mikey,
No.
you love
I don't
Dinobots.
Can we? No.
You love
I don't want to talk about
Dinobots. You
this.
want all of them.
This has been going on for too long. I'm not even.
Let's talk about it for
Nope,
44
nope,
minutes.
Not even.
Grimlock.
Nope. I'm tired of it. He broke me. I'm broke.
So we'll bounce on to the last guys, which are Mastermind creations without huge surprise. We have Tortor, which is Tesserus, Eberus, which is Guzzle, DZ, which is Deathsaurus. Oh, all right. Solidus Magnum. Okay. Diatlas. And then we have Vortex, Onslaught, Swindle, Brawl, and Blast Off. Because,
They're not new, though. They're just the same CAD models we saw before.
Okay, well, that's good. That's one less thing to talk about. Okay, so where do you want to start, Mikey?
I mean, there's nothing to say on the DGD guy.
No, apart from you can put Legends figures inside his little blending
Yeah, but it's
thing.
not torturing a girl in an erotic position. Can they?
I mean, that's
Factory
one way to
wins
phrase
again.
it. It's the best. I love Iron Factory.
It's
going to be big,
I
though.
think Guzzle's new.
Yeah, probably. He turns into a kind of H-tank kind of thing.
I mean, I kind of wish it was the giant mech suit Guzzle, but...
I don't blame them not for doing that, because it's like, well, here's your cheap... cheap. You know what I mean. Your cheaper version of Guzzle for your Last Stand of the Wreckers, and it doesn't look... I mean, maybe he does more, or maybe he's going to be a cheap price point figure, which means he won't have to do too much, because he looks simple.
Simples.
Yeah, not that that's a bad thing, because I don't remember... Did he transform in the comic? Because I don't remember him doing
I remember
that.
you saw his tank mode in his profile page.
Okay, oh, well, that counts then. That's good enough. Deathsaurus, Mikey. Or D-Zeph. There's a chicken.
Oh, like, so the robot itself is very G1.
Yes.
But you can swap the head out to give him the IDW head.
Mm-hmm.
And the chicken, and I checked this, it's like, you know how the first one was a Godzilla kaiju? This is more kaiju.
Yeah, this is super duper kaiju, and I think that's the way they should go.
Yeah, but
with
it's not just kaiju. This is guy in a rubber suit.
Yeah, this is Gigan that had sex with Godzilla.
Yep, but this looks like a 1960s. Someone is in a suit from the 1960s. Like there should be little.
That happens to be a
really
robot.
hard to see eye holes in the neck or something like that.
Yeah. I'm all for that. I think that's the best way to do that
really
design to make it work.
I really like him both.
Yeah.
This.
Granted, we should take into fact that these are sketches. There's no CG.
No, but we at least have the mastermind effect, so we're
Yeah.
But yeah,
the mastermind
this
effect.
Even though we've seen prototypes, this outdoes the Planet X one for me.
I don't know. The Planet X one I think is good, but in a different way.
But just having that just like kitsch, bloody Toku moment of it. And like I like the classic Deathsaurus head. I think I like Alex's design more, but I do just like that. Like I'm just wearing a hat.
I think the problem with just giving it an IDW head is it's not an IDW body to go with.
Especially like the wings, especially I said especially too often there. The wings really drive that home because they are just these big chunks. But
yeah, it's not a slight on them doing an IDW head. It just feels like it's a random bonus thing. It's not the main feature is a G1 Deathsaurus rather than an IDW one. The reason that I'm not going all in like you are is because it's a sketch. While the Planet X is at least a CG model. So they're more through a process and it gives a better idea. Like, this might look less good, it might look better in a CG model, and when we get a prototype, it might look better, it might look worse. It's hard to judge it at this stage versus the other one, which is further along. But design-wise, it looks pretty solid. Diatlas, though, Mikey, we have a coloured CAD model, and we also have a white prototype version of it as well, and that's IDW as Fudge. How do you feel about the die of the
Does he come with my spark is being crushed by religious nutjobs? Like, is that a feature? Is that a face?
They don't do removable, changeable faces usually, so I'm gonna say no.
I think he looks pretty good. I like the IDW take on Diatlas. I like the movable wings. It gives him like this nice little cape look. No, I think he's turned out pretty well. What do you think?
I don't think the way that this turns out, I'm not a super fan of the design, to be honest. I don't like the wings on him. I like the big fat chunky wings of the G1 version, which looked like he could be a hang glider. He can't do no hang gliding like this. It's not bad, it's just not my preferred Diatlas, to be honest. Not that there's a huge plethora of choices to go for.
There's Iron Factory.
but that's still an IDW
But it's Iron
design.
Factory.
Yeah, I mean, someone gives it to me. I'll be okay with that. I don't feel we've talked about their Bruticus.
I remember
before, though,
seeing
have
the
we?
CAD models, but
Are you sure? Because it could just be another. I mean, it is just another Bruticus, and they all do just mush
I'm
together.
like 70 to 80% sure.
I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just like, who knows? I like how they've made the feet mode, the foots,
The
foots,
feets.
whatever. The feetsies, they are different from how they would usually be, which is like, here's a foot that plugs onto a thing. This is they turn into a foot. I think that's nice. That's a good idea. Makes it a little bit different. Again, it's CAD models, so what else can you say? That's all, Mr. Mikey.
That is all. Another very
of the stuff.
large TFcon panel.
Yeah, unsurprisingly, we're going to call it quits here. We do have a question, and we do have feedback, which we could read out, but the show's been going on long
we'll
enough.
Save that for next week.
Yeah, and it is quite late
Because-
now, and Mikey has people in bed, and I've put people
I've been
to
working
bed,
all day
so...
and I'm tired.
Yep, Mikey's been talking about dinosaurs,
so
so
much.
we're not going to... We've got 2 weeks worth at the moment now of what we've been up to this week.
Fortunately, I've been working all week, so I didn't do anything.
I've been doing stuff. No, not a load of stuff. I've been doing
You don't
bits
do
and bobs.
anything. You are Andy.
No, I do so much working, cleaning a house and all that crap. So, Mr. Mikey, we're going to call it quits there. Thank you for joining me this week. Where can people find you on the internet?
You can find me on YouTube as DWolf3. You can find me on Twitter as Irish Paleo. If you want to contact Moonbase 2, you can do it on Twitter at the Moonbase 2, or you can use emails, themoonbase2@gmail.com. We are getting people talking to us all of a sudden, and I'm enjoying it. So keep it up, guys.
Yes.
Anything, a question can be Transformers related, not Transformers related. You can swear and insult us and tell us we're shit. I'm not going to read that out, but you can tell us.
Mikey will tell
Yeah,
me.
and we'll laugh at you. Yeah, and at the moment you can find me in Cork asleep because I don't want to be there because it's very late.
Yay. Sweet.
Andy, what about you?
You can find me Twitter and Tumblr, CCTFW, YouTube as Corporate Commander TFW. You can find this podcast on Moonbase 2 forums on Twitter, iTunes, Facebook, Libsyn, most of those fancy RSS feeds. I think that's the usual spiel I've covered. The Moonbase 2 forums are on YouTube as Moonbase 2 Transformers Podcast. You can head over to the ccbunker.weebly.com to see all my nonsense and woo. And you want to help out the podcast, head over to patreon.com/moonbase2, $2 each month. Extended version of From the Files of Teletron 2, interviews and special shows a week early, and the Moonbase of the Woo Woo, which you still need to send me the file for this week or month. Yay! That's us done and dusted, everybody, and we're going to head to Sticky Bed. Catch you later, everybody.
You are now leaving